Hello and thanks for joining me. Well, you ever go to a garage sale or an auction and see something you really want, but you really don't need it? Well, that happened to me the other day, and I paid a little bit too much for it. I won't tell you what I paid, but it's something kind of unique, and it's not working right, but we're going to take a look at it, see if we can't fix it. Let me show you what we got here. There it is. It's a cute little table mount bolt cutter. And I've tried to cut some small bolts with it. And it doesn't cut all the way through, so I don't know what's the matter with it. See, the jaws are not coming together all the way. It's got this kind of weird floating stop on it. I don't really know what purpose that serves. But regardless, it's not coming together all the way to completely cut the bolt. Hopefully it works good. It'll be kind of handy. Hopefully we can get it working. Let's take it apart and see if we can't find out what's doing that. You know something's old when it has really odd sized bolts. Made in Boston, Massachusetts. And I'm using a 15 millimeter. It's one of those fractional sizes you don't see very often. Unless you're working on old machinery. See a problem here. A broken bolt. That might fix it. I don't know. We'll see. I guess the first thing to do is find or make that bolt. It's a 3/8 bolt. See if I can find something like that. Well, I found a couple of possible bolts. I gotta get that broken bolt out of there. Looks fairly loose. I like it. Okay, first thing we'll do is put this back together, see if it works with the replacement bolt. And if it doesn't, it's got some really dull cutters. Kind of afraid to sharpen them because it'll shorten them a little bit. I probably need to sharpen them though. We'll put it together first, see what it does. This one's got a captive square nut on the back. It's for adjusting that bottom jaw. Slides up and down just a little bit. Threads must be messed up on that bolt I found. Yep, let me find another bolt. Okay, let's give this thing a try. Well, that worked. But initially that jaw moved like that. So I think what we're going to have to do is get this bolt the right length so it actually clamps it together before we can see if it really works. I think while I got it apart, I'll clean the threads up and sharpen the jaws too. Well, you're not going to believe this. You ever heard of a 3/8 18? I got a 3/8 16 and a 3/8 24, but I've never heard of a 3/8 18. But I've already screwed up the threads in that, so they're going to turn into 3/8 16 threads. I hated to cut new threads in that, but I've never heard of a 3/8 20. Well, I'm going to have to extend those threads on that bolt. Either that or put a washer in there, and I think that'd look kind of funny. Bad enough that it's going to be one of those bright bolts, but I think I'm going to cut some extra threads on that bolt. The reason I did that is I want to support the end of this bolt with my center. Okay, I've got my lathe set for 16 threads per inch. If you ever have to do this, get your lathe tool close to the threads you want to extend. Turn your lathe on, engage the half nut, and then turn it off. Now, hopefully you got enough slop in your tool post to set that threading tool right in there into one of the threads. And then back off on your compound. Now you should be lined up. Disengage, come back to the beginning. Throw it in on a mark, and you don't want to go too deep at once because you'll be cutting deep threads right here. That may be a little bit off. See how this goes right here. Maybe too deep. May break that tool. I don't know. Oh, we're good. I didn't make a place to pull out, but I think we'll be all right. And when my tool starts cleaning up the bottom of those threads, I know I'm deep enough. The bottom of the existing threads. I have gone a little deep there. I think it'll be all right. That seems to be about the right depth. I'll have to cut the end of those threads off. Yeah, it's a little long. I may grind that off when I take it apart to paint it. I'm wondering if I need to just go ahead and sharpen these things. I looked at my bolt cutters, and they're fairly blunt, but they're sharper than that. I guess I could just grind them by hand. Pretty important that they're centered, though. Wish me luck here. About out of paint stripper. I haven't had the best luck with this stuff anyway, but thought it might make it a little easier to clean up. Well, as usual, I'm not having the greatest luck with paint stripper. Probably a little bit impatient. I wish they made good paint stripper. Probably lead in this paint. It was a good idea not to breathe it. Well, it's wire brushed and detergent taken to it. Now I'm using a little acetone on it. It's not perfectly clean, but I think it's clean enough. Okay, I got this little thing back together, and it's got kind of a strange setup. It's got a little arrow right there. You push that bolt down, it makes the tip of the jaw come together further, like to adjust how close they come together. And it's not all the way to the bottom. I mean, it's a long ways from the bottom actually. But it was touching the front and not the back. So I resharpened them a little more and made the front lower where I could adjust it closer, and got the jaws where they're meeting fairly well. So now I got to take it back apart, give it a paint job, and we'll be done with it. I like it. Well, let's give it a try. I'm not sure where I'm going to mount it yet. Here's 3/16 rod. 1/4-inch rod. I think 1/4-inch rod is about maximum. Worked good. Looks like the jaws are meeting good. I like it. Kind of messed up my paint there. Anyway, that about wraps it up for today. Cool little cutter. Thanks for joining me, and be sure and subscribe and ring that bell.